So hi guys. So in this session, we'll see something more about the Blender files and the render settings and how to make it ready to make some animation. Okay. So first, I will explain you about this Blender file. How it will be like. Usually in Maya we have MA and MB file, Maya ASCII and Maya binary, but over here it will be like .blend file. Okay. So how the blend file it will look like. Suppose for example over here I have one Blender package, a character rig package named Vincent.blend. So in your Explorer or in your drive it will show like just only one file, but this one single file will have a lot of folders present inside this file, which holds the data like the materials, the textures, UV maps, and a lot of data. So I will show you like the folder structure, how it will look. So just I'm going to create a link, so just for showing the file. Okay, so here Blender library, it's see over here. um, I just open that Vincent.blend file. So inside that file you can see a lot of folder structures. See, it holds all the data like cameras. Collection is nothing but the outliner data. That one, the grease pencils, image, lattice, materials, mesh, nodes, objects, also like that. And also we have a scenes also. We can have any number of scenes inside a Blender file. So all those information will be it will be there inside this particular file only. Okay, so if you are using that link, then you can get all those details, or else if you simply opening the file, you can get only one option like Vincent.blend. Okay, so like that only. And before that I will explain you what is this link and append. Link is like creating a proxy for your original file, which is similar like a reference editor in Maya. And append is like importing the file. It will directly import the file from your server like that. So that's the difference between this link and append. Okay, so that's the thing. And over here, how to prepare the settings, how to make the settings proper, Blender settings for animation. Okay, so here you can see the render engines, the render option over here. Change it to cycles, because since I don't have a proper graphic card, I'm just going for the cycles. If you have a that CUDA enabled graphic card, then you can go for the EV type. Okay, and then over here sampling, over here just go for preview. We have two presets, which is like final and preview. For even for the play blast, it's better to go for the preview. Okay, just go for preview, and here also you can tweak the render settings. How much low it will be, like low quality it will be like that, and rest of the things you just leave it default. And the next one is like the output over here, the resolution, the screen resolution of the film size. Here you can see the dimensions tab. So just simply click on render presets, you will get all those details over here. Already they have made a settings and then saved as a preset. So you just simply click on that setting, so it will apply over here, or else manually you can enter the values over here like that. Okay, and then over here we have options, the frame starting and ending range, and then step by how many frames. And here we have a frame rate, so 24 fps, 29 or 60 fps or custom frame rates, we can set it over here. And yeah, this one is very important over here, the output. We need to give that proper output folder. By default it will be in temporary folder. You can change it to any of your locations. Okay, over here, since we are doing animation and for playblast purpose, better to go for AV format, not the movie format. Instead of going to this image sequence, better to go for this movie formats. And all our QuickTime and many options are available in this FFmpeg video. Since it is an Linux operating system, you can find this option, or else you can find out like some in Windows and all, it will be like some different names, Qt, QuickTime, like that. So since I have a Linux system, I'm just using this one, FFmpeg. Okay, and over here we have one more option. After selecting that mpeg video, over here we have the encoding option over here. See over here also we have three buttons which represent some presets are there. So here we have H264 in MP4 format like that. So you just simply click on that one, you can see the container automatically got changed to MP4 with the H264 video codec format and like that. So, or else you can change to your designated outputs or containers like that, AVI or QuickTime or MKV files, Flash files like that. Since they have provided this presets, better to use H264 MP4 like that. So automatically these settings will be saved over here. So that's it, and here we have a timeline over here. So some shortcut keys and all it's available. Mainly Blender is having a lot of shortcut keys, or else you need to go through these menus and you need to find out thing. So better to memorize all those shortcut keys. So it will be very helpful for us. It will speed up your work. So I'm just show you the shortcut keys and all how it will be. So I'm just deleting this one by pressing X key, delete. And suppose if we want to add some objects over here, Shift A. Shift A gives a floating menu, pop-up menu over here. Like over here, you can select the cube, or else you can select surface over here, or else you can go for this one cylinder, and you can add a lot of things, a light, cameras, like that. The speaker over here, this one is for game engine purpose. In previous versions and all, not in previous versions, in all game engines we have this option for speaker. So Blender is also a game engine, so they provided that option also. Okay, fine. So now we have two objects over here. Okay, so I'm going to explain like how to move this object first, objects in the workspace. Okay, so in Maya, we generally use W, E, and R key, right, for moving or rotating or scaling like that. So in this Blender, how it is going to work? If I press W, you can see some other tool got activated, not that this thing. So if I press E, there is also no reaction, or also no reaction. So how to get that over here? So how to move that object over here? So we have different methods. Just simply select this cube, press the G key, G. So see my mouse pointer somewhere over here, and if I press the G key, my mouse pointer icon got changed, and the selected object is also got highlighted in the white outline. So it represents, right now we are grabbing that object. So if I move the mouse, you can see that object is also moving. Okay, so when I keep this object somewhere over here and simply click, it will go to that particular position. Okay, so that is one method of moving that object, and the second method is moving by axis, grabbing the object by using axis. So if I press G, that object got selected. I want to move it in X axis. So if I press X, you can notice on the viewport on the grid that X axis grid line got highlighted. So it represents the X axis got activated right now. So now if I move the mouse anywhere in the location, it will move the object only on X axis. And if I want to fix that object somewhere over here, just move it over here like that, and then simply click, then it will drop that object over there. So this is one method. And then another method is like moving the object by using the axis value. Suppose if I want to move this object in y-axis for some 5 units. Okay, so I'm again pressing G and then Z, and then I'm just entering the value using the number pad. Just going to move the object in Z-axis by 10 units. Just simply press 10 and then simply click. So it will move the object in 10 axis and Z-axis. Yeah. So this is one method. But since we are very familiar with Maya controllers manipulators, we can also enable that option over here. So how to enable that option? Just over here select that object and go here, overlays, sorry, this one. You can find this icon over here, viewport is both. Over here you can select move, rotate. If you want, you can activate the scale, or else just move and rotate. So now if I select this object, and it moves the object in this particular selected handle position, and rotation also it will be like this, and you can select particular axis to rotate. And another method, previously I shown you about moving the object in 3 different methods, right? For rotation also the same. For rotation you need to press R key. So right now you can see the mouse handle, the mouse pointer shown like by directional arrow keys. So it represents a free rotation over here like that in the particular axis. Suppose if I want to move that rotation in some different angle, R axis or X axis 50 degrees. So you can see the same thing. Just simply click, it will be like that. Okay, so and one more thing, yeah. First time if you press R key, you can see the handle is in black color and it's rotate on the viewport. From the view, it will rotate that object. And if you press R double times, it's like free rotation. It will rotate in any axis, okay, like that. Particular axis or X like this, or Y like this. So like that. So, but if you have enabled this gizmos object gizmos over here, then it will be like that. Right now it's in global. Suppose if I give local, let's see the axis also moved in local axis. Suppose if it is in global, you can see the axis in global, and this one is like local. So these are the manipulators, transforming manipulators over here for the objects. Okay, so something like that. So I'm just removing this, delete, and I don't want this light object also, just simply delete. So here we have a cameras, right? Right now we are using the perspective camera, user perspective camera, but I just want to see the object through this camera. Okay, so in Blender the cameras and all, it will be shown like this, like this kind of view. Okay, so right now I'm just adding one more camera like that, and by default it will be created over here. I'm just moving that camera a little further. I will show you the difference for the existing camera and this camera, how it will look. So as you noticed, the default camera, which is already there in the scene, it's having the triangle area got filled, but over here it is empty, nothing got filled, which means this camera is active now. So whatever the render you are doing, it will be come through this camera view only. So how to go through this camera view? Right now we just gone through these options to toggle the isometric view and orthographic views. But if you want to go through that camera view, how to? Just simply press the 0 key by selecting the camera, or just simply press 0 key. It will toggle the camera view. You can use a middle mouse button, scroll like that, and even the shift keys and then middle mouse button, it won't work. But the only middle mouse button, it will come out to the camera. So now I just want this camera need to be a active object. I just want to see all the objects through this camera. So how to make this one as an active? So just go to view, cameras, set active object as a camera. So we have a shortcut also, control number pad 0. So I'm just going to cameras, set active object as a camera. So once if I get selected this one as an active, you notice like this portion got highlighted and this portion got filled. So it represents this portion is got active now. Okay, this camera's got active now. So you can rotate and then you can manipulate the cameras. And the camera settings and all, you can find it over here. So here you can see list of cameras and there its settings. What kind of camera is there, orthographic or panoramic view, like that, and focal length settings are there, and unit settings, safe areas. So I'm just setting this one, and I'm pressing 0 key to activate this one, and I don't want this toolbar to be visible over here, so I'm just simply press T key on the keyboard, so it will toggle the visibility. Okay, little bit zooming in. Now if I activate the safe areas, you can see the safe area bar is activated over here, and we have options also to alter that safe areas lines and all. So that is what. Okay, over here we have rest of all other settings and other things over here, and the same thing we can do it for any number of cameras on your scene. So this is how you can toggle between the cameras and camera settings and all like that. So